Hello, well I'm fresh back from a trip to Indonesia and Singapore, and what a marvellous opportunity that is to expand New Zealand's economic base, for us to carry on with that government objective of selling more to the world than we buy from the world and tapping into the fast growing part of Asia. Indonesia is an interesting country, fourth most populated in the world. It's currently the 16th largest economy in the world, part of the G20, and is currently a $1 trillion economy. But if you roll the clock forward to 2030, just 18 years from now, it's likely to be a $9 trillion economy, 9 times larger than it is today, likely to be the 6th largest economy in the world. And what we know about Indonesia is it adds the population equivalents of New Zealand, so about 4.5 million people every year. So currently 250 million people, 150 million of them are under 30 years of age. So a young population and hungry to buy what we want to sell. Just to give you a bit of an idea of how that can play out, currently on a per capita basis, so for every man, woman and child, Indonesians consume 2 drops of milk a day. So if we can just get into 3 or 4 or 5 or maybe half a glass, you can imagine how much milk and milk products we can sell to Indonesians. And it's true around beef consumption and many, many other products. So huge opportunities there in terms of the area of food, whether it's wine, food, all sorts of goodies that we can sell to that fast-growing Indonesian market. What's also true is in the services area we can do a lot better. So if you look at foreign students coming to study in New Zealand institutions, whether they be our tertiary institutions, our universities, polytechs and the likes, or our schools, we do okay out of Indonesia, but we can do a lot better. So the numbers as of last year, 17,000 students going to Australia to study out of Indonesia, 600 came to New Zealand. And what we know is that the quality of New Zealand universities is the same as that in Australia, and yet the price is cheaper in New Zealand. So they are the sorts of examples of things where we can do a lot better. Two-way trade currently about $1.5 billion, as I say, about I think our 11th largest export market and 13th largest bilateral relationship, but the opportunity is for us to do a great deal more. And really that's the story right across Asia, whether you're looking at India or China, Malaysia, Vietnam, these are all countries with fast growing populations keen to buy what New Zealand produces. And I think from New Zealand's point of view, the challenge is to make sure that that pathway into those fast-growing Asian markets is as easy as possible. It's not always a simple thing for a New Zealand business to be tapping into those markets, different language, different culture, different customs, all sorts of different things. And so the job of the New Zealand government agencies is to try and support our businesses as they go into Asia, and because in the end that all means more jobs at home, higher incomes, greater opportunities, more reasons for your kids to stay or maybe for your youngsters to return. And that's really what the government is aiming to do. Overall, as I say, very successful trip. We took up about 25 business people with us. At the same time we were in Indonesia, the Minister of Tertiary Education, Stephen Joyce, was away in the Middle East, in Oman and Qatar and Saudi Arabia, doing exactly the same thing, trying to promote more students coming. Saudi Arabia, very interesting market. They are providing a lot of scholarships to Saudi Arabian government to come and study in countries like New Zealand. We already do extremely well. They like our market. They see their students getting a world-class education and being safe, and again when we can see them coming down here. If you like travelling and the holidays are your thing, well, tourism was also on the agenda as we spoke to those countries. Very likely that Garuda will now start flying direct when they get their new Airbus planes from Jakarta down to Auckland, and Air New Zealand's announced it's flying a regular flight now up to Bali. So again, great opportunity for tourists to come and go. So that's really what's been happening in that trip. It's been a busy time, a lot going on. This week, of course, is Anzac Week. So on Wednesday, we commemorate those brave men who fought in the 1915 Battle, of course, at Gallipoli. And as we remember all New Zealanders who have fought for the defence of this country and the values and principles that we uphold. So that will be an important day. One of the interesting things I think about Anzac Day is every year the turnout's getting larger as New Zealanders, young and old, go out to services and take a moment to thank those who've paid sometimes the ultimate price for the defence of the things that we believe in, and those who are actively on service fighting again for the values and principles that New Zealanders hold so dearly. So that will be the primary focus this week. Of course, on the weekend we kick off the first of the National Party conferences for 2012. pretty busy. I'll be down, I think, in Dunedin for the Mainland Conference on Saturday and Sunday, travelling around the country to the variety of other different conferences we have during May. And of course, on May 24th, we have the upcoming budget, which is consuming a lot of ministers' time at the moment. So thanks for checking in on the video blog. We'll have more to say next week. House will be back in session next week, so Madhouse will return, and we look forward to the normal antics that take place during that session.